Hey everyone, and welcome. Today's explainer dives right into a pretty fascinating intersection. We're looking at the exact point where our most ancient human instincts for cooperation completely collide with the cutting-edge technology right there in our pockets. We are exploring an incredibly powerful concept called digital Debo, and as you'll see, it really acts as the ultimate equation for modern progress. So what exactly is digital Debo? Well, at its core, it's the act of striving toward a single shared goal from totally different physical locations. I mean, think about your own life for a second. Think about your family group chats or your remote work channels, maybe your community organizing boards. By shifting what used to be strictly in-person collaboration onto platforms like WhatsApp, Telegram, and Zoom, we're literally living this concept every single day. We're taking the ancient, community-driven spirit of Debo, which traditionally means people coming together to help one another tackle a massive task, and we're digitizing it for the modern era. All right, to see how this plays out across society, here's our quick roadmap. We'll start with the equation of progress, then look at global humanitarian teamwork, scaling business through community, the art of diplomacy, and finally, empowering youth innovators. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the equation of progress. Here is the actual formula we're talking about. When we combine shared values of collaboration with modern technology, things like AI and digital connectivity, the result is multiplied community impact. Now, there's a really common fear out there, right? The idea that technology is just going to replace our humanity or completely isolate us. But this equation argues the exact opposite. The real transformation happens when we take our ancient, deeply human values of unity and plug them straight into modern networks. Technology doesn't replace the community. It acts as a massive multiplier for what a community can actually achieve. We have honestly undergone a massive paradigm shift. Think about the past. To get anything done, everyone literally had to be in the exact same room at the exact same time. Now, tools like WhatsApp, Telegram, and Zoom have completely removed geography as a barrier. The distance is shortened so that people across different cities or even entirely different continents can join hands and work together on much, much larger creative solutions. Moving right along to Section 2, global humanitarian teamwork. To help a human being human is enough. Wow, that incredibly inclusive, driving philosophy is the absolute heartbeat of the Macedonian Initiative. And it's a stunning real-world example of the first half of our equation, that shared value of collaboration. Because of this core belief, they've been able to motivate thousands of youths, dedicated doctors, and everyday volunteers to come together and work as one massive, deeply inclusive team. But logistically, how do thousands of spread-out volunteers actually operate as a cohesive unit? Well, here's where the second part of our equation kicks in. Today, this humanitarian institution actively utilizes digital media and modern banking technologies. They use these tools to effortlessly coordinate their life-saving global teamwork. They're proving that when you take a beautiful human value and amplify it with digital connectivity, the impact just scales massively. Next up, Section 3, scaling business through community. Picture the incredible trajectory of Captain Haile Gebrselassie for a moment. He is a living witness to this entire concept. Day one started with a lonely run, an individual athlete just pushing his own limits. But years later, joining the national team taught him the ultimate power of working together. He realized that collaboration absolutely brings out the best in everyone. Jump to the present day, and he's applying those exact same team principles to the business world. He currently manages Haile Holdings, which is this massive enterprise encompassing hotels, coffee plantations, and even electric vehicle assembly. He leads thousands of diverse professionals, managing them as one giant corporate team by utilizing that exact synergy of shared values and connectivity. Which brings us to a really compelling question. How does local talent, like hyperlocal, community-based talent, break out to become a highly competitive global brand? Think about that for a second. We can actually answer that by looking at the deliberate and highly successful methodology of Bethlehem Tilahun Alemu. She didn't invent something completely alien. She started by harnessing her community's rich, traditional knowledge. That's step one. Then, by intertwining that local talent with modern technological commerce, she plugged her community straight into the digital grid. The result? The establishment of Soul Rebels, which turned local craftsmanship into a massive, competitive global brand. It is the exact same equation at play. Tradition plus technology equals immense impact. All right, shifting gears a bit to Section 4, the art of diplomacy. Take a look at the career of Ambassador Sahle-Work Zewde. Her trajectory perfectly mirrors this scaling of collaboration. As an ambassador, she absolutely mastered international negotiation. Then, moving up as a top leader at the United Nations, she honed global team collaboration. And ultimately, as president of the nation, she exhibited peak diplomacy. Her entire history is basically a masterclass showcasing how the art of international team collaboration and negotiation, bringing totally different minds and locations together for a shared goal, can elevate an individual to the absolute peak of success. It is high-level Debo in action, for sure. And finally, Section 5, Empowering Youth Innovators. Young innovators like Zahara, Samuel, and Dawit are literally building the future as we speak. Aided by community and technological ecosystems, these youths are creating some genuinely incredible things. They've developed an augmented reality educational tool called Curious Eyes, and they've built digital agriculture tracking systems known as Greens Tech. So what do these wildly diverse enterprises have in common? They are all completely powered by shared knowledge. They are proving that when young minds collaborate and leverage tech ecosystems, the solutions they design are just brilliant and boundless. So the crucial takeaway from all of this is pretty simple. Technology shortens the distance so we can join hands and work together on much larger creative solutions. Whether we're talking about humanitarian aid in Macedonia, managing massive corporate holdings, building a global shoe brand like Soul Rebels, navigating complex UN diplomacy, or programming AR apps, the core equation of digital Djobo remains exactly the same. It removes the physical walls between us, completely scaling our synergy. Which leaves me with one final and hopefully provocative question for you to ponder today. How will you use the equation of progress to multiply your own community impact? You already have the shared human values. You already have the modern technology right there in your pocket. So what larger creative solution are you going to help build? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep collaborating, and I will see you next time.